Yeah. You don't want to be seen, right?
No. Don't say it.
Okay. You're not being seen anymore.
Should I put the camera on you? You can tell you right now. It's about gay men wanting the same equal rights as black citizens.
How does that even make sense? Why would you want the same rights as a black person?
Minority.
But
How they consider themselves a minority.
See, I gotta work. I don't mind my pet peeves being out there, but I just don't. I gotta work.
No, she's not gonna.
I'm not.
Record you.
I'm not recording.
But no, his pet peeve is the
the gay and lesbian community. I'm not homophobic. We've got gay. If you notice, on the 4th of July, you saw a gay cousin with her girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
We're not homophobic. I have no problem with what you do in your bedroom, but I'm sick and tired of these motherfuckers saying it's a civil rights issue and comparing it to the civil rights struggle of us, of our people during the 60s. I ain't never seen a motherfucker hung for looking at a white woman. I've seen we've heard plenty of brothers killed and hanged for being, up until the 70s, it was illegal for me to be married to Lisa.
Yeah.
I couldn't even, if we were in a, how do they call it, a quote-unquote civil union, I couldn't even leave her my property. Whereas with gays and lesbians, you might only have the civil union, but you've always been able to leave your inheritance to whoever you wanted to leave it. You could have your insurance in their name. We couldn't do that. You had 14-year-old black boys killed and hung for looking at white women. Those are two different motherfucking issues. I'm sorry. What you do with, nobody could look at you and tell you, unless you flamed that you were gay. If you were dealing with your everyday life, unless they were in your bedroom, to see that, they wouldn't know.
Well, because I actually had to research this for a paper. The issue, because it does teeter on the line of being a civil right.
Teeter my ass.
Wait, listen, let me explain before you just Okay, there was this case. God, I forget the names, but this man had a warrant. He cleared up his warrant. Right, it was in like the 60s. So it was back. He cleared his warrant, went to his home. There was rumor that he was a homosexual, even though he wasn't flaming. The police officer came to the house without the warrant, because he didn't have one anymore because it was cleared up, and arrested him for sodomy in the privacy of his own home. So it infringed upon his privacy based on the fact that he was a homosexual.
See, but the sodomy law wasn't devised for that. The sodomy law was devised against perverted, killed people that were attacking male children. That's where the sodomy law came from. That officer overstepped his bounds. That's just a bad cop being a bad cop. That ain't got shit to do with civil rights.
I mean, so what do you think? Do you think that?
Now, if there are certain laws on the books that you don't like, you go through the proper procedure. But if you fail, then you deal with that and deal with the consequences of that. But in the same token, to go around talking about this is a civil rights issue that, I said, I don't know too many people that were killed other than by ignorant gay bastards for being gay.
But that's the thing. A lot of people are gay bashers. A lot of people are gay bashers.
So, I mean, you can protect yourself from them. But then again,
not if you live in their neighborhood.
If you don't put yourself out there like that, then you don't have to worry. But this, I can't turn this off and hide it.
That's true, but that's like saying there was this boy in Mississippi that he was transgender. That was his choice. Mm-hmm. And his school district wouldn't allow him to go to school anymore.
Now that's a civil rights issue. But the marriage thing and all the rest of that, I don't believe that's a civil rights issue.
I think that marriage is a word that is so heavily connotated with the church that it should be two totally different things.
It's supposed to be a separation of church and state.
Yeah.
But no country is completely separated from
But here's my issue with that. There are so many Americans who are, no, gay marriage is wrong. It's between a man and a woman, and the whole idea of marriage being between a man and a woman is religious. And so these atheists and these people that say they don't believe in a God and they don't believe in higher power are now turning towards a religion, and all the whole let's get prayer out of school thing, they were gung-ho for that. But now they want to cling to a faith to keep themselves special.
Yeah. You know, I like this. To me, being gay or lesbian is a sexual choice. It's a choice. It's something that that was in you and you chose. You liked it. That's what you chose to do. To me, that has nothing to do with my everyday life. What I do in the privacy of my own home is my business, and ain't nobody fucking with me over that. If they kept it just like that still, nobody would be fucking with them over that. But when they want to start pushing it on everybody, and then, okay, Abner Wilson was a 14-year-old boy living in Chicago, was walking down the street one day, saw a little white girl, befriended her. They were friends. She helped him teach. He helped teach her how to read, not the other way around. When they found out that this little black boy was teaching this little white girl how to read, they were offended by that and took him, beat him to death, hung a tire around him, and set him on fire because he had a white friend. Shit like that ain't happening because you can't get married to a woman or you can't get married to a man.
True, but I'm not gonna
especially
say that
when you have civil union. You didn't have to call it marriage. They could have went with the civil union and left it at that.
But isn't that out now?
What?
The civil union?
No, they can still do the civil union.
Okay.
It wasn't until they tried to go from civil union to marriage that the church has a problem with it. The church, they're the biggest offenders. And believe it or not, the churchgoers in the Christian right is the minority in this country. Mm-hmm. I mean, is the majority in this country. Mm-hmm. The majority of those most powerful with the money are Judeo-Christians, mostly.
True.
So they're going to protect what they feel they need
what
to
they
protect.
believe in, right.
And that's all it is. But to say that if you get your war chest up and you go to the polls and you want to do that, fine. We're going to change this law that we don't like. I ain't got a problem with that. But when you start talking about it's my civil right that they're infringing upon, and this is the same thing that the same cause and battle that the Africans and Hispanics went through in the 60s, I take offense to that.
So would you feel less, I don't even know what the word is.
Less offensive?
Yeah, less offended by the homosexual community if they compared it to like women's rights?
Yeah, or get really like the NAACP and fight, get your organization together. And it took us years, it took us hundreds of years to get our shit straight. But to call that a civil right, to me, are any of your other rights infringed upon? As gay and lesbian, you can walk down the street, you can make money, you can live anywhere in the country you want to live. You can be
you can't live anywhere in the country. There are still pockets of places where they can't live. I'm not saying that they don't have a bigger choice because they do.
I got plenty of pockets in the country that I can't live.
That's true. I mean, I think I can understand a lot of what they mean, or what it appears that they might mean, because like when we talk about the whole, with gays, with gay rights being okay in school and being taught in school, a lot of people took that literally, like, oh, it's gonna be taught in school that gay is right.
And why are you gonna push that off on my child?
I don't think that was the original intent.
But that's what's happening.
I understand, but I think that whole thing came into play because there are a lot of kids who are being picked on because they have two daddies or two mommies. Now that's not the child's fault.
If you didn't put that business out there,
if you go to the PTA meeting together,
most gay and lesbian couples that I know are adamant about what they're doing, and they're pushing it on people. Well, this is the way I live. Deal with it. A lot of people don't want to deal with it. What's going on in the privacy of your own home should be in the privacy of your home. I don't want Big Brother looking into my motherfucking bedroom. Ain't his place.
But gay lesbians I know are the opposite.
But the way they're doing it, they're bringing Big Brother into my bedroom, and I feel that.